Well, I've been arguing this for years because I've run into that over and over. And they say, well, black films don't sell overseas. And I'm like, well, can you tell me a black action film that hasn't sold overseas? That's just not true. Just because some of the comedies or dramas, the black African-American comedies and dramas may not sell overseas. Because overseas, they have their comedies and dramas that they prefer over ours. But what sells overseas? Action films. They don't make them the same way over there. So whether action being on a big scale or a small scale is always profitable overseas. And it's got nothing to do with the color of your skin.
All you suckers gather round. There's a brand new movie coming to town. So get on up and check the scene of the smoothest, baddest mother to ever hit the big screen. Main man, Black Dynamite.
The idea started with Mike. You know, we had talked about doing a movie together, and I was like, so what are you up to? And he showed me basically this picture. It was a version of this picture where he had the nunchucks, the gun, this exact same outfit, the hair and the mustache, and he was like, I'm working on this thing called Superbad, because he was listening to Superbad on his iPod in Bulgaria, working on Undisputed 2. So I just saw that and I was like, how could I sign up on this? And we shot a trailer for $500. So it's like we were just running around with a Super 8 camera, just shooting stuff, and then putting footage from old blaxploitations on the other end. And I showed that trailer to John Steingart, who produced our first film, Thick as Thieves. And he's like, why are you showing me this old blaxploitation trailer? I was like, no, that's Mike. And he goes, I can raise the money just based on this. And that's how it came to be.
I really tried to craft a character that did homage to some of my favorite characters. The first movie I ever saw in a theater was Monkey Hustle, which is a movie starring Yaphet Kotto and Rudy Ray Moore. But as a kid, seeing these bigger-than-life action stars like Jim Brown and Jim Kelly and Fred Williamson, I mean, I wanted to grow up like that. I mean, the only other people we saw in those heroic type of roles were white. There were Charles Bronson, there's Clint Eastwood, but now we had our own.
He's super cool and he know kung fu. Drives a $5,000 car and wears a $100 suit.
You're so righteous.
This is also true.
And when it comes to the ladies, he's out of sight.
Let me guess. You one of these brothers think you can get by on a wink and a smile, huh? What about the smile?
I am smiling.
I wanted to recreate how it felt when I was younger. The 70s was a really interesting time. There was a mistrust of government. We were coming back from a war we didn't want to fight, Vietnam. And a lot of the art, a lot of the films reflected that. And for us as black people, there was the birth of Black is Beautiful. There was a pride that you saw when we dealt with each other. And these are the little nuances that I really wanted to capture in the performances, and to make you really recreate how it felt.
We need you, Black Dynamite, now more than ever. I thought I told you hunkers from the CIA that Black Dynamite was out of the game.
That was the whole goal. We wanted to really nail the time, nail the feeling. The only difference, I think, what we wanted to do was speed up the pace. Because if you go back and watch a lot of these movies again, they have some slow spots. That was our real big challenge, was nailing the look, nailing the feeling, but then speeding up the pace. Like it's blaxploitation, like Concentrate. We got Ruth Carter, who's the costume designer for Steven Spielberg and Spike Lee, who's been nominated for 2 Academy Awards. And Denise Pizzini was a production designer. She did like Water for Chocolate. I'd worked with her before. She's really, really great. And they're just people who come up with like sort of ingenious solutions to problems. I mean, because that's basically what filmmaking is problem solving. And so if the problem's bigger, you just have to have people who are really good at coming up with solutions to bigger problems.
And it becomes fun, actually. It really becomes fun. It challenges your brain, and I think there's an exhilaration when you come out of the other side of it and tackle those problems.
He killed my best villain. I want him dead now.
So if you crave satisfaction, then dig this action.
This movie has been accepted overseas better than here. In other countries, it's been, I mean, the response is phenomenal here, but we had our first standing ovation in the Czech Republic. And you know, in Germany, we got
Rio de Janeiro just a couple of days ago.
yeah, France. We just got back a couple of weeks ago from France, and just the way they're receiving this movie is tremendous. We didn't see that coming. We've got projects that we were working on together. I've got a number of action projects that are in the early stages, and I have Why Did I Get Married 2 coming out, and we have a cartoon coming out.
And the Black Dynamite cartoon.
Yeah.
Black Dynamite, starring all-star running back Ferrante Jones, fashion model Tambula Takar, William T. Michelson, Ronnie Sinatra, Little Tiny Tibbs, Junebug, Bo Willie Peters, and me. That's bad bullhorn.
I was very encouraged by this last Sundance. There was actually like a joke they were calling it like Black Dance, because there's so many interesting black films at Sundance. You know, you have Precious, Us, Good Hair. I'm sure there's some more. Why We Laugh. I think there are a lot. I actually think it's an encouraging time, and I think that the thing that there's something in our nature of being entrepreneurial. It's like you can see daylight. It's not like this big monolithic thing that you can't crack. The cracks are everywhere if you really apply yourself and have something that somebody wants to see. I'm Scott Saunders, director of Black Dynamite.
And I'm Michael Jai White, and you're watching Reelblack.